Hi and a very good evening. We are from Group 16 and today we'll be presenting on our EIS group project entitled Deepwater Horizon Oil Spill 2010. Our team consists of 5 students, Kasyfil, Ilhan, Harith, Akmal, me myself, Teoh Wei Beng and Tong.
On April 20, 2010, the Deepwater Horizon offshore drilling rig, operated by Transocean for BP, suffered a catastrophic blowout while drilling the Macondo well in the Gulf of Mexico. Now, this disaster killed 11 workers and caused the largest accidental marine oil spill in history, releasing nearly 5 million barrels of crude oil over 87 days. Now, the disaster has actually caused many consequences. The spill has severely damaged marine ecosystems and also the coastlines for 5 US states. The sensitive habitats around the Gulf of Mexico have been contaminated, such as coral reefs, and these threaten the biodiversity and also the long term ecological health. Not only that, the spill also caused major economic loss, with many fisheries that were forced to be shut down because they were due to contamination concerns.
Hello, my name is Akmal. I'm going to be presenting the technical and engineering issue for the Deepwater Horizon oil spill. So the firstly is the malfunction of the blowout preventer BOP. BOP is a critical safety device that will shut the well in case of abnormal uncontrolled pressure reading. However, a dead battery and also a faulty blind shear contributed to its fail. Secondly, the engineer ignored warning signs. There were abnormal pressure reading during the negative testing of the well. However, the engineer misinterpreted the data and did not halt the operation. Thirdly, is the cementing process, where they employ a nitrogen foam cement slurry, which was tested to be unstable. However, they still continue using the cement and ignore ethical warnings.
The Deepwater Horizon's disaster was not just an engineering failure, it was one of history's worst ethical collapses. BP and Halliburton engineers violated fundamental ethical codes by ignoring multiple warnings about faulty cementing, choosing cheap single barriers over redundant safety systems. They prioritized savings $5.5 million over safety, directly breaking NSPE Canon's once requirement to protect public welfare. Management created a culture of fear. Engineers who raised concerns about the unstable well designs were overruled to meet deadlines. Shockingly, BP repeated identical mistakes from their 2008 Caspian Sea blowout, ignoring clear lessons. They even bypassed critical blowout preventer maintenance, violating Texas engineering laws. These were not isolated errors, but systemic patterns, neglecting warnings, silencing whistleblowers, and valuing profits over lives and the environment.
There are four recommendations to prevent the future problems. The first recommendation is put safety first. Engineers must always put safety before cost or deadlines and should be allowed to stop work if something is unsafe. The second recommendation is independent reviews. Engineering decisions must be reviewed by the engineer not involved in the project to avoid mistake and bias. The next recommendation is ethics and risk training. Engineers need regular training using the real disaster cases to improve ethical decision making. The last recommendation is protect the whistleblower. Engineers must be able to report unsafe and unethical practice safely without the fear of punishment or job loss.
In conclusion, the Deepwater Horizon oil spill was a tragic disaster that exposed major flaws in offshore drilling safety and ethics. It led to 11 deaths, huge environmental damage, and economic loss. Technically, it failed due to issues like a faulty blowout preventer and unstable cementing. Ethically, it revealed a culture where profit came before safety, violating key codes like NSPE Canon 1 and Malaysia Engineers Act. To prevent this again, we need a safety first culture, stronger ethics training, independent reviews, and protection for whistleblowers. In the end, Deepwater Horizon reminds us that engineers must be both technically competent and ethically resilient, committed to safety, integrity, and accountability. That is all from us. Thank you.